Hey, what's up traders? Something different in this video. Instead of me going through a pre-market plan or maybe a trade idea, trade review, instead I will be going through how to trade the 10 EMA strategy. Alright, so maybe you'll be able to learn something new. But yeah, that's basically what this video is going to contain. It might be a bit of a longer video as I will be going through candle by candle, breaking it down on my thoughts exactly. But we're just going to be back trading the recent... actually, you know what, we'll make it interesting. We'll go to a random date and we'll just back trade it. Just to show that the strategy, works if you're obviously thinking right. So let's go back to, I don't know if I'm going to be able to go this far. Let's go to June 14th, for example. Okay, we are now on, we're in August. We can't go back to June 14th. So we'll scroll out. And if we just do my replay here, as you can tell, I do not know what is going on right. So I am completely new to this chart and I have no idea what is going on, forward, because it's basically like a new timeline. But if we just zone out a little bit, and let's plot some support and resistances. So we got a key demand here, resistance here. I mean, I don't think the trade's going to go this high, but you never know. Then we got another retest level here. What actually went on here though? Down here. Alright, not a lot. So yeah, it does look like we're going to come back down to 81. That is what I'm playing for. So yeah, let's see how this goes. So let's go to the open. Somewhere around... I'm recording, right? Yeah. Jesus. Okay, yeah. So, still waiting, and this is the opening candle. So let's zoom in on this. Also, one thing I always like to know is the volume profile. What are we actually sitting at within this sort of range? So as you can see, got some decent volume here. It looks like if we get anywhere between, so let's do these in a different color. Maybe do these in a dotted line, right? You can see that this is where there's literally no volume and price can, quite frankly, just fly straight through. Right. So let's zoom in. And so, first candlestick. One thing you want to always do is analyze the first candlestick. Now, if you look at this candle right here, what are your thoughts? Well, you can't really answer that, but I can answer it for you. So, first thing I see is a long wick. So, a lot of sellers are coming in on this first wick. One thing is, if the stock actually jumps up above this wick, that means everyone in short here is now trapped and could see a little short covering. So it's always something to note. That's obviously if the next candle does, or if we do push higher. But so far, no harm, no foul. We are still gapping down, but we are inside yesterday's range. So not, there's not much edge. There's not much edge, but there's some. We're just gonna do this line in a cool blue. This is yesterday's low, so we're now looking for yesterday's low to break, and that is the break right there. So we are now looking for a bullish candle to close it below, for a bearish trade basically, and this is it. This is our setup. So I'm liking the trade. We've just cracked below the recent low, so I think we can see something happen here. Stop loss obviously goes below, above the pivot, and the next support is here, but ideally I want to be targeting 1.2 R on a trade. Now, we could also target down here, but just for the sake of this back trading, we're going to be targeting 1.2 R. So now let's have a look. We have not been triggered yet, and we can move our entry higher as we are still closing below the 10 EMA, so we could have it here. And also reduce our risk to reward to 1.2 here as well, so it gives us, a better, or at least a quicker trade, you could hope. So next one comes in, still a bullish candle, have not been triggered yet, so all good. We're now testing the 10 on the bullish side, and yeah, this looks like, nothing's going to really happen. So one thing I want to note as well, I always have a rule. So I have some rules to stick by for when I trade the 10 EMA. So my rule number 1 is always enter. Always enter. Oh no, that's not the rule. My number 1 rule is if no trigger after 6 candles. I mean, I'm on the 3-minute candles. So let's do bracket 3-minute. Cancel trade. Right, that's just one rule I like to stick by. So I will add these as I go along, as wanted to pull them out my head. So one rule I stick by is that. So far we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So next candle, if we're not triggered, I'd likely cancel right now. It does look like we're going to reverse, but we haven't actually broke the high day, so we're still pretty bearish right now. So yeah, I'll cancel the trade. I'll look for a better setup. I'm not really liking it too much. Let's just wait a little bit. So next candle comes in, and this is an even better risk reward as we are increasing our entry level just by a little bit. So yeah, trade I'll take, set up again, bish bash bosh, here we go. We're now looking for an entry, or we're looking for our trade to get filled, enter, whatever. Inside bar, so we're getting some consolidation here. And a bullish candle. So obviously it is a bull flag, sorry, as well. So traders playing for the upside could take long. Now, one thing I want to note as well, traders do sometimes get confused on like when to be long biased, when to be short biased. But if you are using like a hedge account, you could be both at the same time. And this right here is the perfect setup for being both at the same time. So quite frankly, you could do a long trade right here, because we're not filled yet on the short, so it doesn't really matter. Long trade right here, put this below the pivot, and obviously our risk reward 1.2R, just in case we do actually go the other way, so we don't want to be missing, these opportunities. Right, let's do this a little bit more loose, in case we do get stopped out. Let's increase this again. And this is what the trade looks like. So we're not in any yet. So next candle comes in, we're not in the long trade. I want to make that clear. We have not surpassed the recent high, so we're not in the long trade, and we are looking to short the stock. Okay, we're now in the short trade. I'll be cancelling my long here, as we are now in the short. So, and also, we did as well crack beneath this low. So, what I like to do is when we do find a new low, I like to move my stop down just a little bit. But to at least the second pivot, so you could say that this pivot here, I should probably make this bigger to be fair. Sorry guys, if you're watching this on an iPhone, I do apologise. So that's so much better. Right. So what I mean by this is I like to move my stop down after a like an S curve retracement, whatever. So right now we are in the retracement, and I always like to keep my stop loss above 2 pivots. So right now, say for example we didn't enter. And ignore this bit here. This will be the first pivot and this will be the second, so my stop loss is just above the second. But as we've just put in another pivot, I can now move my stop loss down to this pivot here. I've got 2 right here. So, still looking to trade this bearishly. Next candle comes in, bearish candle, basically no buyer stepping up, so super bearish and looking great. So we just increase this a bit. Next one comes in, we've got a spin top. A little bit of indecision and bearish volume, so it looks good. Okay, it's coming down more. Very aggressive selling right now through that support as well. We're looking for the next lower high, rejected from a 10 EMA. Oh, maybe not. Spinning top, bit of consolidation. Are we going to get a proper target? And there we go. That is basically the trade right there. That is what I would have taken if I did trade it on this day. So we will go through one more as well. And also, one thing I do want to know, I only trade, or myself personally, I could add it to my rules here. I only trade between 2:30 and 4, or in US times it would be 9:30 and 11. The reason why, because I take more successful trades in the morning, in the first an hour and a half, than I do within the rest of the day. Because quite frankly, I just found myself sitting there, you know, maybe smashing buttons at full setups, and you know, I've just found myself to be way more profitable by just literally leaving within the first hour and a half than just sitting there for an extra hour or an hour or two. So we will now be going on to the next day, and then back trading the next day. So let's just have a look what AMD does here. Pulls back to VWAP and just consolidates and market close now. So by looking at this chart, is there any setups where I could see which I would have gone long? So for example, there is a bullish candle here, so you could have shorted that obviously, but it is the lower day and you got to be thinking, how far extended are we? You know, do you want to be shorting down here? Answer is probably no. You did get a long setup here, or a perfect bull flag setup here, so you could have had your entry here, stop loss on the low of the day, and a cheeky 1.2R just here. So that would have been your second trade if you did trade on this day. Then obviously you got a rejection from VWAP, and then obviously that is your short just here. See a bullish candle closing below, that's your short. You know, you could do your stop loss. I mean, I'd likely do it here. Risk toward still the same, or 2 point. That wouldn't actually do it. No, I wouldn't take that trade. Risk toward isn't good enough. Considering like I'm not going to be risking off the high, because I'm not liking the fact that you could just test VWAP again and get wicked out. I mean, I'm not that sort of trader. I'd rather have a quite a loose stop loss and play for that win. So looking at other examples, obviously you could have shorted here, or you could have shorted here, but risk reward still isn't that good. Up here, you could have long some shares, and yeah, that could have been the trade right here. So you could have long some shares on this bearish candle closing above 10. Stop loss, obviously, down here somewhere, and again looking for like 1.2R, so that would have worked quite well. So that's basically what I'm looking at. But again, it just looks like we call the meat of the move in the first hour and a half, and that is literally why I always find within these trading momentum days. One thing I want to make note as well, this 10 EMA strategy is a breakout slash momentum. That does not look right. Yeah, I was going to say, Jesus Christ, momentum. Sorry guys, spelling. It's a breakout slash momentum trade strategy. Right, just want to make that one clear. It's basically for intraday trading. It's not for swing trading. It's just simply for high volatility price action. So let's trade this next day and see how it goes. So after hours, we are gapping down a hell of a lot. I've got no idea why, because I do not have my news scan next to me, and I cannot be asked to have a look either. So yeah, sorry guys. So let's go back to the open. Here we go, coming around. Now obviously one thing is clear, we have gapped down, so we should be looking for a bearish setup, to target this 8114 level, which was the recent support we plotted when we did not know the price action. So let's go to the open. Oh, I missed it. Okay, opening here. This is what we got. We've got a spinning top candle. We've got buyers stepping in. We've got buyers stepping in on the second candle as well, and also sellers. So right now, no setup is available. Obviously, if going shorting, we are looking for a bearish candle to close, a bullish candle, sorry, to close below the 10 EMA, which is the blue line. And it looks like we're not going to get the setup. Okay, that's our first candle, but you got to be thinking, is the risk reward good enough? I would only be targeting this 8114 level. So like that's just pretty good support and resistance. I mean, pretty good risk reward if I was going to take that trade. Do you know what I mean? 0.3R. Do not think so. In that case, I would wait for a reversal. If we zoom out again, just to have a look if we do have any more levels below. Okay, kind of. Sorry guys, this might take a little bit. I mean, all I'm seeing is maybe 80, and then so we could do one of 80 real quick. Let's color it in black again. That is blue. Let's color it in black. Maybe just this 7890 level if we do go lower. But in my opinion, we are super extended from the downside. We have not seen a major pivot yet, so I do think one is due. So I really wouldn't be shorting yet. I don't know. I really wouldn't be. I don't like the setup. I don't like the fact that we've kept on gapping down when we've not retraced. I'd rather wait for a decent setup. I mean, that would be our trigger if we were in short, so we could see how this plays out. That's also another short candle setup, but in my opinion, again, very extended to the downside. Now we're consolidating, cracked lower once again. Maybe that short would have worked, but sometimes it's just preference. There are traders out there who would have loved that setup, who would have just traded that straight off the bat. But in my opinion, I don't know. I just wasn't feeling the trade. Like, for example, that would have been your target right there, or near enough. Would have been near enough your target right there if you did trade it. And I mean, you probably would have scouted out some here already, and that's your target. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have personally taken that trade, but it is out there. You can do it. If you just saw with your own eyes that I'm not the best trader in the world. I sometimes make mistakes, and sometimes I do not see the setups as other people see them, because we're all human. It's always good. So now we're just waiting for another setup. I do think it's too extended to the downside for me. I would literally be waiting for a reversal, and I will literally take it the first time we see a reversal as well. Okay, we just kept on going down. This is kind of embarrassing. Okay, we just hit this level as well. Kind of embarrassing, guys. We are still just waiting for a setup, and right there, that's our bullish setup right there. Oh, I said that a bit too quickly. That is our bullish setup right here. As we can see, bearish candle closing above 10 EMA. We put our limit buy above. We put our stop loss maybe below this low today, and we put our target as a 1.2R somewhere up here. Now, obviously we are downtrending, so we are literally playing for the short-term bounce, but I think it could be probable as we are super oversold right now. So no trigger, not triggered yet, still just waiting. Obviously would like to get a bear entry as well, so if we see a bearish candle close above, we would enter. Okay, still waiting, and nope, it's not bearish. Still waiting to enter the trade. No harm, no foul. Just consolidating around this level. Again, going back to my rule, we have not been triggered, and it has been more than 6 candles, so I simply will cancel the trade. There is our another entry. If we go long, bearish candle closing above 10. Let's put our stop loss here. Risk reward down here at 1.2. Okay, something like this. This is what we're trading. So unless this thing fades and this keeps on going down, then it's not a good look. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so now we're in this trade. We are currently still in the consolidation period, which is, let's highlight this area, which is just here. Let's make it a nice blue once again. So we're looking for the breakout of this range with decent volume. Okay, that's the breakout candle. We've got, I mean, the volume's okay. It's not obviously the best, but we are actually breaking above the. We are breaking above the this volume MA what I have on the bottom of the chart. Okay, next candle comes in, super bullish. Obviously, a lot of buyers are stepping up now, and shorts are covering shares. So we are looking for 80 test. Okay, another good candle, super strong. Okay, now that's the retest right here. That is obviously that is of course as well the pivot. So now we can move our stop loss up, perhaps to here, just to reduce our risk. And there's the trade. So that would be 2 for 2 on this strategy if I did want to trade. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, Will, mate, you're a bit of a fucking hypocrite. You literally just said you don't trade between, 4 and, you stopped trading at 4. Yeah, I did say that, and, yeah, I kind of got carried away as well, so just let me off on this one, alright? I will, maybe make it up to you with a losing trade soon, but, we're going to keep on going, just because I really want to cement this into your minds. I really hope this video does help demonstrate the 10 EMA strategy, because it really is a beautiful strategy if you do know exactly what you're doing. Obviously, if you don't know what you're doing, you can learn. Our Discord, Seeing Stocks, is free. We post our trades every single day for the 10 EMA strategy. So It's a great place to learn. You can even back trade our alerts and look and just, you know, try and find what we look for. If you're not really too sure, just shoot us a message, and, you know, we'll be sure to identify, to give you a good description on basically why we entered the trade. You know, like, we're not horrible guys. We're not just gonna like ignore you. You know, it's a small community for a reason. We want to keep it that way. It's like a little family, you know. Now that's obviously our short setup there as well. I literally just missed it. So let's delete that. This is our short setup, obviously. We've got a bullish candle closing below the 10 EMA, so that'll be our entry. Stop loss would be above here, and risk to reward would obviously be just around here. So 1.2. That is 1.19, but forgive me. So we're now just waiting for this thing to fade, and we get a massive bullish candle, super bullish. What is going to happen here? Are we going to get stopped out, and is your wish going to come true? And yeah, so that's it. We just got stopped out on this trade, and this looks like the end of the video. Only joking, but I will end the video here as well, because I've been going on, or I've been going with this video for quite a long time now. It's probably been about 20 minutes. I'm not really too sure. But yeah, I hope you guys learned something in this video. As you can see, or maybe tell, it is a very simple trading strategy. It just consists of one indicator, the 10 EMA. Do not get confused using the 10 SMA or the 10 MA. Make sure to use the 10 exponential moving average. Also, this strategy works best on the 3-minute or 5-minute time frame, in my opinion. It does also work on the 2-minute, but you know, if you are day trading, you don't want to be, or day trading large caps at least, you don't want to be using the 1 minute like all day, because it is just a lot of noise. Like, you could use the 1 minute for the first 20 minutes of the session, but you know, after that, this does not paint a pretty picture, in my opinion. So that's it for this video. I will release some more of these, and also, if you did like this sort of video, make sure to you know, leave a thumbs up, because it does show that, you know, you guys might be interested in more of these, or, you know, even leave a dislike if you don't like this content. You know, I'm very open to opinions, as long as they're respectful, and yeah, all that good stuff. So I'll catch you guys in likely Tuesday's pre-market plan, as I will not be making one for Monday, and I will try and post some chart ideas on the Twitter at CNE Stocks over the weekend. So that is basically it. Take care, guys.